It's amateurish. It's not a walkthrough, playthrough, review, anything like that. It's just me playing the game badly so you can see what it looks like. Okay then, this is Double Dragon 5. Didn't know the Double Dragon series went that far, but there you go. The Shadow Falls. Okay. Do you know, I have played this once before, so I know what to expect. But right away, looking at this screen, before we even get into the game, do you know what this says to me? It says Amiga. It says Amiga game when the Amiga was on the way out and all the Amiga games were being developed by little indie developers who they had technical ability, but they lacked a certain sensibility that you got from the big software houses and publishers and whatnot. And part of that was actually the art style. Part of it was the art style, part of it was slick production values, and like what's going on here? Why am I sitting there watching a flashing but this is like when you've got the graphics of Street Fighter 2 and they existed, and Mortal Kombat was a thing. When you're presented with this on a system that's meant to be competing with the PS1, you know, any time now you're gonna have Tekken and what's it? Battle Arena Toshinden, that was the one I liked. And on your new 64-bit thing, you've got this that looks like body blows on the Amiga 1200, which had what I can only describe as colourful and cute, colourful, amateurish graphics. There is it's amateurish. It's not. It doesn't know what it is. It's like, are they trying to be cute? Are they trying to be cartoonish? They're certainly not managing to be gritty. I don't know what they're going for, but whatever it is, they're not achieving it. In terms of gameplay, okay, it's not Rise of the Robots. You can't beat this doing one single move. I don't actually know. I'm using all three buttons. I'm just button mashing. I don't know if there are special moves, and if there are, I don't know how to get them. But you know, it seems. I don't know if it's fair or unfair. I seem to lose there. But you know, it's not broken. I don't know if like a strategic form of play or if skillful play is even possible, or if it is just luck. But at least it's not crushing me, and I'm not defeating it by button mashing and just hammering the button and pushing him into the corner. You try that and you get duffed up. That's what just happened then. The quality of the music is okay, to be honest. I mean, it's nice. There are good things to be said about this. It is very responsive. You know, you push a button, he moves. You push in a certain direction, he goes in that direction. There is a nice tonal quality and colour range to the graphics. You know, strong reds and blues, and it's not murky. It's got. I don't know what's going on. It's competently programmed. I think the thing that lets this down is the art style. The characters, the way they're drawn, it's just amateurish. Yeah. It just makes me think Body Blows. It's an Amiga game at the end of the Amiga's life, when it was little tiny developers who, you know, they had some talent, but they weren't artists. Okay, I'm going to stop there. I don't want to play anymore. Thank you for watching. Hello. Today's question for Q&A is from Down the Rabbit Hole. Link to his channel down there. He asks, for Q&A, hi Steve, you often mention you don't read instructions before playing a game. Surely there must be some games where instructions are almost mandatory. E.T. on the Atari 2600 or Wing Commander and the first Civilization game come to mind. Would you make an exception in those cases, and if not, are you missing out on a vital part of... Unfortunately, I'm now missing out on a vital part of the question because I copied and pasted and missed something here, so I'm not sure what I'm missing out on a vital part of apart from the end of the question, but I do get your point. Would I make an exception when playing those games? No. No, I would not, for the simple reason that I wouldn't play those games. I would not make a video of them. I played E.T. in a live stream and did very badly because obviously I didn't know what I was doing. I played Wing Commander years ago on my Amiga. I read the manual. I used to read manuals. I wouldn't read the manual to know how to play Civilization because I just plain don't like that kind of game. I've got no interest in them. No, I never liked Civilization. I used to like games like Populous where, yeah, you need to read the manual. And I used to do that kind of game, play that kind of game, and I did read the manual. It is a fairly recent thing, choosing not to read the manual, probably since they stopped putting manuals in current games, but it's the nature of the kind of game that I want to play on this channel. I don't do reviews, I don't do deep games that, I mean, I might spend quite a while playing a game in a video if I'm enjoying it, but things like Civilization or Wing Commander, they don't lend themselves well to the kind of videos that I do. I just want to plug something in and prat about and have a laugh. Literally, I'm just having a laugh. And serious games are not... You can't have a laugh with a game like that. It's like... I like chess. It's a serious game, it's deep strategy and all of that, but I wouldn't make a video of it. And at some point, obviously, I read a manual and learned how to play the game, but I wouldn't make a video of it. It doesn't make good viewing. And these kind of games where you've got to read a manual to play the game, to my mind, they don't make good videos. E.T. only made a good video because I was having a laugh and didn't know what I was doing. It's safe to say there is a large part of the world of video games that I am not involved in, I don't partake of. But that's the same for everyone. Everyone's got their own taste in games. I like stuff you can literally just pick up and play. And I don't feel like I'm missing out. I've got thousands of games that I can play without having to resort to a manual. If you know, I don't need to. I don't need that extra mass of gaming content or whatever where I've got to read a manual to be able to play it. Back in the day, back in the 8-bit, Christ, I can't talk. Back in the 8-bit era, and to a lesser degree the 16-bit era, there were games that were deep strategy games with what I would describe as abstract representations of something like a battlefield or no, we're just going to go with Battlefield. You know, there'd be squares or hexagons all joined together, and there were complex sets of rules. It was basically a board game on a computer with abstract representations, and massive, great, big, thick manuals full of complex rules on how to play this game or these games. And I understand there would be a certain kind of person who would like that sort of thing. But I tended to think back then, if you needed a massive, great big manual for a game that had really very rudimentary graphics and representations of things, basically where you really had to use your imagination. This little hexagon here, that's 10,000 men on horseback in armour. No, that's not fun. Doing that on a computer, I suppose, if you had no friends who were equally into that kind of thing, then doing it on a computer, fair enough. But to my mind, back then and now, if you need a manual that thick to play something that looks like arse, it's not a good game. Not to my mind, it's not something I want to play. To me, a good game, literally, you don't need a manual. I mean, I will complain that you don't get manuals with modern games. I don't want a deep, thick manual full of complexity. I just want something that tells me what the controls are. That's all I want to know. If you can't play the game knowing anything, all you should need to know is how to control it, how to control your character. Put that in a manual, great. Anything more than that necessary, ain't interested, don't want to know. Because I think it's not fun. If you've got to have it written down how things are, it's just not fun. It's adding a layer of complexity that if they can't fit it into gameplay without an explanation, they're not doing it right. That's not fun. You're playing a game, not reading a novel. You're not driving a car, you're not driving a tank, you're not flying well, you might be flying a plane. I suppose on a thing like a flight simulator, a manual would actually be a very useful thing. But I'm not making videos of flight simulators, and I'm not sitting here playing flight simulators, because that's not what I do for fun. Escapism. Let me run around, let me shoot at people, let me crash cars, let me get punched in the head. Don't need a manual for any of that. So no, I don't make exceptions. The only exception I ever make in terms of recording videos is sometimes I will practice a little bit beforehand or learn what the controls are before I start recording. Sometimes, not often. Usually it literally is a case of I plug it in, turn it on, hit record, and it's like a lot of the stuff I'm putting up now I've never played before. You know, I'll edit out the bit. Sometimes I edit it out, sometimes I don't bother, where I'm sitting there fumbling around trying to find out what the controls are. No. Missing out on a vital part of. Certainly when I play a game that it's necessary to have read the instructions to play it well, I am missing out on knowing how to play it well, or at all, yes. But that just means it's not the kind of game I'm interested in. So am I missing out? I don't think so, no. Other people might be missing out on seeing me play a game they would like to see me play. But that's what they want. It's not what I want. And ultimately, this will sound very selfish, but I think most of you know by now, I do this for me. I don't do it for you. It's for my own entertainment, and if you enjoy it, excellent, so much the better. Thank you for watching. But I am doing it for me. And I ain't doing it for the money, because my God. It's, you know, my channel is not, it's not up, it's stagnated views wise and subscribers wise and all of that lot, you know. It's just about treading water. No, purely doing it for my own amusement, my own entertainment. Reading manuals is not fun. I don't do it. Think that covered everything. Sounded like a bit of a rant, really. It's not meant to be. I'm just being thorough in explaining my thinking. Yeah, I'm just here for laughs, and if something's not fun, I don't do it. That's that, really. Okay, anyone else who's got any questions they would like answering in a video like this, leave your question in the comments below and begin with full Q&A, so I know not to just answer in the comments. And I nearly forgotten what my own sentence was there.
Not without a knighthood. Not a chance. Anyway, Benway who? Oh. You lot. Hello? What? Oh. Please subscribe. Thank you. Can I go now?